welcome everybody to the show. This is Millennial Money Mastery, and I have with me my co-hosts Alex Garcia, Melissa Uribe, and we're glad to welcome you to our new show, our new channel.
Yes.
And this channel is going to be all about money and millennials. So different things that we can help you guys be successful financially. That's really what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you into?
Thank you, Angel, and my name is as they say, Alex Garcia. I'm 24 at the moment, about to be 25.
Nice.
So I recently just quit my job Friday. So
quit your job.
Yeah, so
wow.
I just quit my 9 to 5. So I'm really excited going full time in my business. Me and my girlfriend, power couple. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm just really excited just because I really just want to build business, a brand of couple wise. Or we could do singular, but couple wise. I'm super excited, super motivated because I was just tired of just working. I was trying to do my business on the side, 9 hours, 10 hours a day, and it just wasn't enough time. It wasn't giving me enough time in the day to really work on my business, what I really wanted to accomplish and my goals. So that was a really hard thing to do. So that's why I finally decided after 3 months of struggling and deciding if I should really do it. I finally did it. And, it's one of the, most exciting, blessed things that I have in my life that I was able to do. But,
pretty much I know exactly how that feels. I mean, it's not easy because, you're trying to get yourself out of that comfort zone that most people don't like to get out of. Ever since we were little, we've been taught, to work 9 to 5 pretty much, clock in, show up, you get paid for it. It's kind of simple. It pays the bills, and everyone just goes out working hard, saving money to get what they want. But I feel like there's way more out there. You just got to find it. You just got to find that opportunity and take that leap of faith and trust the process, literally. Trust the process and work your way to hustling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that's great. And, man, you said a few things there. Number one, you said that you quit your job on Friday, which is fantastic. Scary, exciting. Yeah, congrats. That's a big deal. I know how that feels. I personally know that. I didn't quit my job, but I did get fired, and I decided I'm not going to go back to work. So I'm going to rather work for myself. You recently quit your job too, right? So
Yes. Yeah, I took that leap of faith. I've been working with the company I was with for maybe 7 years, since I was 18 years old.
Wow.
It was my first job, and I've just always stuck with it. But there was just something inside that just wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't something that I was passionate about. And I just wanted the financial freedom to finally do something I actually like and have the time for it. So time and money.
That is I feel like a harsh reality for a lot of people. I think a lot of people, especially millennials, feel like stuck, right? You said you were 7 years in that company. Now, you're not to say the name of the company if you don't want to, but why did you stick around so long? Like, what was it that made you stay?
So the company was called The Habit Burger Girl. It was food and service.
So The Habit.
Yeah,
I think most of our audience knows The Habit. Amazing burgers. Amazing burgers. Doesn't compare to In-N-Out, but that's it.
Definitely better. When you get out of high school, that's kind of your go-to. A lot of us go to that food because we say
it's easy. It's convenient.
Most people do it part-time while they go to school. It helps build communication. And yes, that's something that, people that come out of high school kind of go with because it's kind of following the flow of everybody else.
And it's frictionless. It's very easy to get a job in fast food. I think that's what it is, right? It's just convenient. Just like the food, right? It's very convenient. It's fast. It's quick and easy. And look, I firmly believe, I think every person should have a service job, their very first job. I think one of their very first jobs should be fast food or some kind of service job where it's going to teach you customer service, dealing with people that you don't really like or that just have bad attitudes.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the biggest thing, and I tell my kids this all the time, is I want you to get that job to show you like what your future could be if you don't do something with your life. If you just go through all the motions and you don't really care, you don't put much effort, and you're just a C grade type of student, and you don't really put any kind of ambition into growing or developing yourself, like that's your future.
Literally, yeah.
That's your future right there.
Yeah.
So I want you to have that job to remind you, and every time you feel like quitting, When you're at that job that you hate, just remember that's probably where you're going to end up if you don't stick with it and sacrifice and put in the work. So, but you got out.
Yes.
7 years, you're free.
Yes.
I think that's probably one of the biggest things that we want to use this platform, this channel, for those of you out there. There are so many opportunities. This country is still the land of opportunity. And I know times are tough and inflation and everything's expensive and everything else, but if you look at the history of this country, the most successful people were all entrepreneurs. They all started businesses, either ran businesses, or they were entrepreneurs, right? Helped the business get started or grow. But people that really make it in this country are business owners, right? Yeah. And you guys see that. So talk to us a little bit about that, because it seems like you feel the call that you're going to be a business owner, because why?
It's just, the main thing that kind of got me and grabbed me was just kind of seeing how my family, I'd seen my family living through it. My dad's been at his job for about 30 years. And, and just seeing him, his struggles when we were kids, struggle when he couldn't buy me stuff. I'd ask him this and be like, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough this. Right. And, and it really sucked, being young. When you're young, you don't realize that until you get older and you see that, you kind of see that, you see that you're like, man, you see other kids, how when I was younger, I had a, broken, messed up bike. And I see other kids that, have a brand new bike, nice and everything. They're like, look at mine. And they're kind of comparing mine. And, it kind of made me, it makes us feel bad when we're young because you feel embarrassed,
Yeah,
and it sucks, and it was, it was hard when we were younger, especially, around the area we lived, it wasn't bad area. It was,
it's nice.
It was a nice area.
Middle class area.
But, and then luckily that my dad, got that home, he got it, perfect time.
So he bought a house.
He bought a house.
Fantastic.
Perfect time when market was like good. It was low, price was low, but luckily, we lived in a nice neighborhood, which was nice. But, and once I got older, I feel like once I hit 21, once I hit 21, as most people do, when you hit 21, what what most people do? They go Vegas.
Yeah, gotta party it up.
Gotta party it up, man. And, and it's fine, live your life, have fun. But, it's always after I hit 21, my mindset kind of just changed and it kind of just flipped. And I was like, man, what am I going to do in life? What is going to be my future? What am I going to provide my family with, And I was thinking that, I was finally, talking to my girlfriend at the time. And I was like, man, what if, I want to have kids with this, with this girl. How am I going to supply? How am I going to get a house? How am I going to supply my kids? I want to take them to the best schools. And how am I going to do that? And I did so much research and I always see entrepreneurship, people building businesses. And, and I was like, man, I would see people my age, they were 21, they were making 20, 25, 50,000 a month. And I was like, dude, I want to learn that. I want to know how do I do that, And I was like, if he can do it, I can do it.
That's right.
And I always, that's the main thing that I always tell people my age,
So you were looking for freedom. You knew that entrepreneurship was probably the way you were going to get there. Doing a 9-to-5 just probably wasn't going to cut it, because you saw your dad and what he struggled with, everything. Now he was able to buy a home, which is great, right? So the American dream is still alive out there. Now, for some people, it's the American nightmare, but let's face it. I think millennials have, man, you guys got a bad stick. I'm not a millennial. I'm right on the edge. I was born in December 79, so I think 80 is technically millennial, whatever. But I see a lot of challenges for your generation. I mean, you guys got the bad end of a stick. Think about it. All these rich, old white dudes, and they're not all white. I'm just generalizing here, but let's just say the previous generation, our generation, what we've done is we have destroyed this country, destroyed this economy, right? Indebted ourselves to infinity, and then we basically handed it to you guys. Like, hey guys, here you go. Deal with it. Now you guys have a challenge because you guys are dealing with all the problems that we made, right? Not even my generation, the previous generation, from inflation, just the devaluation of the dollar, the financial industry and sector in general, the stock market and everything else. I mean, how hard is it going to be for you guys to buy a house? Probably hard, right?
It
We live in Southern California. What's the
Yeah.
average home price? Around 800,000, probably.
Yeah.
Probably at least
Average.
6.
Yeah, and it's not even
Let's,
gonna be.
and let's be
like
honest. I
It
mean,
is
where
not
we
even
live,
a-
the
It's not
best
even a-
looking house.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
know.
even
Exactly.
decent. Yeah.
so you guys have a lot of problems that you guys are being, being given, and these obligations and everything else. You guys are either gonna have to sacrifice and button down and say, you know what, we're gonna spend less than we make. We're gonna have to sacrifice and pay down these debts because sooner or later it's gonna have to get paid.
Yeah.
Either you guys do it, or you guys just gonna kick the can down the road to the next generation. And that sucks. It sucks that we put you guys in that position. So this is a real challenge because I think all the economic issues and factors and everything else aside, like one of the biggest things I feel is a lot of the psychological stuff that's happened with your generation. You guys have been told, oh, you guys are amazing. You guys are great. You guys all get participation trophies.
Yeah.
You're a winner. And we haven't been instilling the values of hard work, of sacrifice, of like this leadership, and the fact that not everyone gets to be first place. Not everyone gets to be first place,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Someone has to lose. Someone has to come in second. So you guys are faced with a lot of challenges. But one of the biggest things I think is you guys aren't being taught real financial principles, like about money, about compound interest, about how to invest and save, and like for the future. You guys are being pushed like on this thing of get rich quick and everything else. And what they fail to realize, there is a slow and steady pace that you can go at to grow long-term wealth. And one of the biggest factors I found is like car payments and credit cards and debt and things like that is really killing your guys' future and the opportunities that you guys are going to have to either buy a home, start a business, or other things. So talk to us a little bit about that right now. You guys as millennials, young people, the challenges that you see, from your perspective, like how do you guys see things?
I would say, in my perspective, I mean, this happens with people we deal with every day, and my friends, for example. I mean, we were talking, and we're talking about basic things that we spend on. We're talking about business, and it comes to find out that that's something we all have in common is a car payment. Everyone has a car payment, right? And they make it to where it's normal. The government and the U.S. and just the whole culture of itself, they made it so normal for us millennials to consume. Now, what does that mean is, spending and car payments and bills and build your credit. So get credit cards and spend your money on your credit cards. And it's so much consuming that we don't really realize and look at the big picture. So imagine, like, for example, a decent car right now is $400 a month, right? $400 a month. Now, let's say instead of you working hard for X amount of years to get the newest car, imagine if that $400 that you'll be using for a car payment, you actually put it in an investment where later in the future can get you to $2 million. So I mean, looking at the numbers, who wouldn't want $2 million by just saving that money that they would use in a car payment to get a brand new car, to using the $2 million that could get you way more, even for future generations on after that. So you kind of have to look at the big picture, right? And kind of get out of that mentality of consuming and buying. So.
But that's such a huge eye opener. I think one of the biggest things for me that opened my eyes to finances and how money could grow is when someone showed me a compound interest calculator and say, look, if you save $200 a month for 20 years, 40 years, you're going to have like $1 million. The numbers just work out depending on your rate of return and things like that. I'm going to try to show this to you guys. Hopefully you guys will be able to see, but here's a compound interest calculator. Okay. Here it is. If you had that $400 payment, so periodic addition, let's say that's monthly, and let's say you were earning an average of 10%, which stock market has been averaging between 8 to 12%. So 10% is pretty accurate. How much money would you have at the end of 30 years? $900,000. You put in $144,000 and $760,000 was compound interest that grew. That's just 30 years. So if you're a 20-year-old, think about that, right? If you're a 20-year-old or 25-year-old, 30-year-old, and you save that $400 instead of a car payment for 30 years, so if you're 20 and let's say you save that for until age 50, you'd have $900,000. But here's the kicker. You just save that for 5 more years and it turns to like 1.5 million. So let me show this. This is where compound interest just like starts to like, wow. So if you notice that 900,000 here turns to 1.5 or 1.518. So $1.5 million just for another 5 more years of saving that $400 get you another $500,000. And this is where compound interest just starts to take over. So I hope you like that $400 car because it's costing you 1.5, possibly $2 million in the future.
Yeah, it's just the power of changing your mentality, which is crazy because we don't think about this stuff. Luckily, I have found mentors like yourself that has taught me these things to open my eyes to really look at the big picture. And I know, unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of close friends that are my age that share this kind of knowledge or are interested in this type of knowledge to learn more about. It's always about another topic. It's about when's the next party we're going to? What are we doing this weekend? When are we going to go drinking? You know, it's those type of conversations. So it's really important about who you hang around with. So
that's so true. And look, I mean, it's not just you guys, you know, being younger millennials. My generation too. I mean, all of my friends, even my cousins and family, there's maybe only a handful, not even a handful. I'll say maybe a few that have bought a home, they're investing, they're saving for the future. They're not doing anything crazy, just traditional, normal American stuff. But the vast majority, 95% of all my friends and family, they have no interest in entrepreneurship and building wealth and learning about money and how it works and how to make it grow and all that stuff. So it's a real challenge because when you surround yourself with, you know, either educated people or financial people that are smart, you know, successful, it makes you better. You start to think like that, man, well, they're over here making money. What do they do? Oh, they did that. Or they have some investment opportunity or something comes up, you know, I was like, man, I wouldn't have had that opportunity had I not been hanging around with them.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So that goes a long way. I would say for you guys out there, if you're not surrounding yourself with smart, intelligent, business-minded, entrepreneurship-minded people, you're really doing yourself a disservice. They say that you are the average of all of the 5 friends that you spend the most time with. So look at the 5 people that you spend the most time with, whether friends or family, and I would say whatever their average income is, you're probably right in the middle. So if you want to make more money, one of the first places you could start is starting around people that make a lot more money, because then that's going to elevate you. Right? So you said you're hanging around with people now that are helping you kind of be more entrepreneurial.
I mean, I do my part in trying to help the people that I did hang out with before, because I am not just going to leave them there. I still want to give them that knowledge. Like, you know.
So you want to pay it forward.
Yeah, like, you know, we can change this conversation to like something much more where we all grow together. You know, and that's what I want to do. I want to share the knowledge. I want to share it to the public. I want to share it to you guys. I want to share it to my family. I want to share this so that everybody knows about this stuff. Not everybody knows about it. Right. So I want to give that opportunity out too.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Giving back, sharing, because great, we know all this stuff, and we use it, and we make all this money, but like we reach the top, and we're all alone. You know, we didn't bring anybody with us, and I think that is the true sign of leadership, is that you're always trying to bring people up, and you're trying to pull people up to your level, right? Yes. Not always just going down to their levels. Like, no, guys, it's better up here. You know, come over here.
Exactly.
So, what are you doing, Alex? As we start to shut down this episode, what are you doing right now to help you grow your business now that you're going to be doing this full time? Like, what is your short-term plans, and what are some of your like actual goals? Like, what are you trying to hit? Let's say within the next 6 months, a year, 3 years.
Okay. So for short term, build my business up, build my team up, and help as many people as I can within the next 3 to 6 months. Just kind of recruit and try to build my business. Try to build people. Try to give that, how Melissa would say, try to give that knowledge to people. And my goal, my long-term goal, I guess you could say, I would say maybe like a year, within the next 12 months. I want to open at least 3 to 5 offices. Okay. And that is, I know it's a, I know it's a really, really, really like, strong goal. It's like really, really hard.
It's a stretch goal, yeah.
It's a stretch goal, yeah. But, you know, I actually saw a video, you know, I was watching some videos on YouTube. It's really good to kind of stretch out your goals because you might not get to that goal, but you did the most to get to that goal. And, okay, let's say you didn't reach that goal. But maybe imagine if you would have gone shorter, you maybe would have been under that. Now imagine if you stretched it, now you're a little bit higher than what you would have.
Exactly.
You know, and that really switched my mindset. I was like, man, okay. I was like, let me, you know, not stretch too much, but a good amount. But yeah, you know, I just really want to help as much people as I can the next 12 months. Really want to help bring this knowledge to people, you know, because a lot of people, you know, in America don't really know about this, you know, about this knowledge and about this, you know, anything, you know, how investment works, how many people do right now. A lot of people are doing NFTs, crypto, and all that. And a lot of people, you know, are getting into NFTs right now, but a lot of people don't know what they're doing when they're buying those NFTs. You know, I've seen plenty of my
people
friends
getting wrecked.
I've seen plenty of my friends. They actually buy NFTs. Because, you know, someone tells them, buy this NFT, you know, it's gonna rock, it's gonna go to the moon. It's gonna go to the moon, what they always say. And what happens, it flops and they lose 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You know, and it's sad to see, but, you know, that's just you know, the knowledge that you have. You know, you need to really, you know, that's what I want to bring to people, you know, really show them, you know, what's out there, what they can do, what they can actually do with their money. And, you know, that's...
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, you know, look, crypto's awesome. You can make a lot of money in crypto, but you can also lose a lot of money in crypto. So if you're out there just trading and doing whatever and you're not really sure what's going on, you need to surround yourself with people that know what they're doing in crypto, that have a history in crypto. Look, everyone wants to have those massive gains and, you know, huge bags and become a millionaire off a SHIB or something like that. But the true money is going to be the long-term stuff. And there's a place for that kind of, you know, speculative, almost like betting, almost like, you know, Vegas type of investing. But you're not, the likelihood that you're going to become a millionaire off that is pretty low. Not impossible, but it's low. So I would say be smart with your money. Like, you can do a little bit of that, like, you know, speculative trading. It should be a small percentage of your investments and stuff like that. But I would say the long-term smart money, or the smart money is in the long-term investments, right? Putting it in good assets. You know, Bitcoin is, I would say, the better option rather than just an NFT. Real estate, you know, good growth stock, mutual funds, index funds, things like that. And we're going to talk about some of those things as we progress from the show. Again, this is a new show for us, Millennial Money Mastery. We're going to be bringing you guys probably at least once a week a show live. We're going to be doing live streams, so we're going to be opening it up to, you know, questions, and you guys can drop comments and stuff down below. This is obviously a recorded show, but in the future we will be doing live streams. And we want to welcome you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and hit the notification bell so you can notify whenever we do go live. What do you think? Maybe Tuesdays around 11 a.m., maybe 11 a.m. Pacific. We'll let you guys know. But again, this has been Millennial Money Mastery, talking about how you guys can have success with your finances and really just helping millennials be successful financially. So with that, take care, everybody.
Hey.